Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Bio here, and this is going to be some of the Gears of War 3 beta once again, kind of reeling back in from Call of Duty tangent that I was on there just a little bit. And yeah, so this is going to be some King of the Hill, and I'm just going to be showing you guys the second round, because if I combine both the first and the second round into one video, it is a pretty lengthy video, something along the lines of like 16 or 17 minutes. So I figure it's not really worth it, or that's, it's just a little bit too long. King of the Hill overall can just get way too long. But yeah, I just split it up here. I'll show you guys the more action-packed of the two rounds. And it's not to say I do bad in the first round. I think I got like 8 kills, 7 downs, 3 or 4 caps, a couple breaks. So I did pretty good in the first round too, but I figured I'd just go ahead and show the round that is a little bit more entertaining. And that Glockholm guy just got his face taken off. I am sorry to say for him. But yeah, King of the Hill overall can just be way too long. If one team wins one round, the other team wins the other round, and then all the games are close because and then they have to play that third round too, of course, because it's best of 2 out of 3. That can just be way too long. I've had games go almost 40 minutes in length, and that's kind of funny when you compare it or contrast it to Capture the Leader, which can be done in like a minute. When you can win 2 rounds really fast and capture the leader if the other team isn't or they don't know what they're doing, if the skill-wise is kind of really imbalanced there. So I think this is kind of funny. But yeah, I think they definitely need to do something to try and decrease the time that a King of the Hill match will go. Maybe they just overall decrease the time that you need to win, or maybe they make sooner the point at which overtime starts, and when overtime starts, then the hill points go really fast, so you can win the game pretty lickety-split. But yeah, that's enough of that, enough of complaining. But Gears of War 3 beta is in full swing here. Everything that's going to be made available in the beta has been made available, so weapons, custom skins, or yeah, basically. Well, actually, one weapon that hasn't been made available is the Hammer of Dawn, but that's not going to come out in the beta because that is map specific, and they have released all the maps, and none of them have the Hammer of Dawn. So we have to see how that kind of plays out in the full game, since the weapon hasn't been game tested. Maybe at some point they'll just switch that weapon with another. They'll switch the Hammer of Dawn in for another weapon that's in the beta right now, just so they can kind of play test a little bit, because it'd be kind of interesting to see how it play tests and when the full game comes out, since if they don't put it in the beta and they don't see how it compares, and if it's overpowered, if it's underpowered, if it's basically a nuclear bomb being dropped on the map. So we'll have to see. That is just some food for thought, though. There's actually a few unlocks in this game, or ribbons I should say, that I don't know if I necessarily agree with. So like one of them, or 2 of them, are based on killing people that are higher level than you, or beating people that are higher level than you. And I wouldn't mind if it was only like 1 or 5 levels, but there's 2 ribbons in this game. One is for beating a team that has a level that is beating a team that has a player on it that is 25 levels higher than you. 25 is pretty high. That person has to be playing a lot more than you in order to be that far ahead of you. And another one is the same thing for 50 levels. 50 levels is insane. You're going to have to wait like 2 months after the full game comes out in order to beat someone that's 50 levels higher than you. You're not going to be able to play it all for that 2 months. I don't know, it just seems kind of ridiculous. I mean, what if you're one of those guys who, you put in an hour or 2 every day, and so no one ever really gets that far ahead of you. So, that's, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that ribbon or medal. But yeah, and one ribbon that at first I didn't agree with because I thought it was extremely difficult, but then I got it, so I was really surprised by that, was getting 25 kills in a row. In Gears of War 2, I think my biggest kill streak was like 7, so I'm like, how the hell am I ever going to get 25 kills in a row, let alone 20, let alone 15? Hell, I'll be happy with 10. Unless there's kill streaks in this game, I don't ever expect to get 25 kills in one go. But I managed to get a game where I go 26-0, and it was actually in rank too. So I was very surprised. I about crapped my pants when it happened. I was very giddy, very like, ah, screaming at the top of my lungs, basically. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but I was definitely surprised by it. And that actually be going up on Machinima pretty soon. I think they just took that out of my Dropbox, so that should be out within the next few days here. So yeah, I was very surprised to get 25 kills in a row, like I said, especially considering that I only had ever gotten like 7 or 8 in Gears of War 2. So I was like, yep, that's never going to happen. And then it did. So, but yeah, my overall experience with the beta has been pretty good. I mean, there are some frustrating things about the beta, but most of the frustrating things, as I'm saying, talking about frustrating things, I'm using the sawed off. There are some frustrating things about the beta, but this game is much less frustrating than pretty much any other shooter I've ever played, especially when compared to the Call of Duty series. Its frustration level is probably on par with Halo Reach. and it's very low, and most of the time you can't control it. So a lot of people are getting frustrated because of the Retro Lancer and the Sawed Off, but if you play smart and you pay attention, you can dodge those pretty easily. So I've been having a blast with this game, but that is going to be it. Final score is going to be 7 caps, 2 breaks, 27 kills, and 12 downs, and I like how they don't put death there because that kind of weeds out the KDR whores. So that's going to be it though, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you later.